G'day chaps, welcome back. So as you can see, we're all nicely organised. Got everything laid out there. We've just had a huge storm come in. So I went and since the end of the last episode I went and harvested all the rest of that deer carcass. So we have guts curing, we have a hide, we have everything we need to make a bow right there curing. We just need to leave it and come back later. So we're going to head up to... Oh, should I take that with us? Do I cure it at Timberwolf Mountain? Nah. No. Oh fuck, it's still minus 20. So we've had a massive storm come through. Huge storm. Do we sleep one more hour? It's too cold. Ay. It lasted all day, basically. Brutal. Sleep one more hour. Let's see if it kind of dies down a little bit. It was a shocker. Right. It's still really windy out there. I'm tempted to take this to Timberwolf Mountain. Just the stuff for a bow. Because we're going to spend a lot of time there, aren't we? It's probably wise. I can cure it at Timberwolf Mountain while we go off and do our climb. And that's just pushed me over weight by a... Oh, look at that. The tiniest margin. So, what can we leave? Let's leave some matches. Leave those there, nice and orderly. That's not in the right place. OCD. Okay. Good. So we're just under 30 kilos. We should be as efficient as we can be. All our stats are good. Still minus 20. That's harsh. That's really harsh. Okay, so... We can't stick around though, because we've got nothing to do and we have no more food, so we have to move. We're just going to have to kind of hope we come across some fields. Oh, I've got too much energy anyway, so I'm going to run. Cattails, anything to grab? Yep, let's take it. I was thinking while I was playing by myself, it would be nice if every now and again a deer would kind of injure itself. You know, like you could induce it to... by chasing it, you could force it to kind of, you know, hurt its ankle or something. I know the chances are incredibly rare, but it might just be a nice touch. Oh fuck, we're gonna get so cold so fast. Now I'm running along here just because this wind cover is going to be pretty important. How much of a difference does that make? 10 degrees difference. So I'm kind of thinking we can run between these spots. It's a bit desperate perhaps. We just don't have enough stamina. I can't follow the river for too long though, because I don't know, further down I don't think we can turn up to the right and still get to the road, so we're going to have to basically leave here. So I'll collect these two cattails and then I'll head up to the road. We're going to have to find a cave, otherwise we're going to freeze to death. That is not a choice. We're going to have to stop and make fires. And we have just about as much as we want to carry anyway, so... Oh, it's improved a lot. Oh no, that's because of the wind. Oh, still minus 20. God. We're going to stop freezing really soon. Okay, there's a cave up ahead. Not surprised, buddy. He said, the cold is making my head feel thick. So I'll start this. I really hope it doesn't... Was that a dumb thing to do? Did I just waste a match? No. Okay, so the wind's died down. Oh, crap. talk about speaking too soon. Yep. So running for the cave now. This is life and death. Running into the wind, so it's incredibly slow. So, yeah, not much we can do about this. It's just as cold as it happens to be. Gonna have to burn our energy. We're low on food. I'll eat those cattails, I think. On the one hand, obviously, I don't want to get stuck outside
Time to look for shelter.
in the dark, but on the other hand, there's 2 hours of daylight left. That's still enough. Let's use a book. We have 2 wilderness kitchens. So I'll burn one of them. I hate it when it's like this. It's brutal. If your clothes are shit and it's really, really cold outside, you just can't travel. Fuck. But we were... Let's try that again. Got 2 of those frozen anglers too, so we can burn one of them. It's just brutal if it's that cold. But we were stuck inside all day. You didn't see it because I wasn't recording, but when the weather's that bad and we're so desperately low for food, we just can't stay in any one place until we have a bow and arrow, basically, until we can hunt. So we have to keep on moving. And if it means we have to kind of hop and skip like this between locations, then that's just what we gotta do. So let's just make sure we're warming up. Okay, we're at 4 degrees, that's good enough. We need... This is probably when you want to use something. I'll take a coffee. Oh, the daylight's just disappearing. I hate it. But we can't go out. Do I sleep an hour? I guess I do. We can't go out when we're this cold, so I just wasted a coffee. Shitty conditions. Let's hope we don't wake up to a bear in the face. Okay. Alright, so we're warm. We can continue. Take a brand. Let's see if the weather's continued, improved. Is it going to be brutal again? It's -10, but that's with wind chill. Wind. Fuck these conditions. And the wind means that our torch and brand are effectively useless. This thing's going to blow out. We're also travelling into the wind. This is not ideal. But at the same time, I really don't want to get stuck inside the cave. And the prudent thing to do, probably, would be to hunker down for the night. But that's just boring. It's just boring, and we need some food anyway, so let's just go with that. I was stuck inside the whole day with the storm, and that was boring. So few resources. Brutal, brutal. Okay, so we're already sort of halfway down in terms of how cold we are. I'm going to light a torch here. We need to be thinking about defense from wolves. Worst case scenario. Now, I'm pretty sure there'll be a wolf around here. So I'll take the cold hit. I'll save some stamina if I can. Really need to be thinking about where we can sort of hold up now. Is that a cave? Nope. No, it's not. Isn't it? Shit. This is where my knowledge is a bit shaky. No, it's not. We're going to have to start another fire. Oh, this is horrible. Horrible, horrible.
Fingers feel numb.
I guess we... do we head for that abandoned structure there? This could be one of those nights where... Oh, fuck, there's the wolf. Just going to say, this could be one of those nights where I've managed to get myself in trouble.
So cold.
We're gonna have to just get past this wall before we can stop. Completely ignore that building. Okay, so got past the wolf. Now we just need to find some kind of shelter. Fuck. It's getting colder. This could be a problem. This is an emergency now, so need to find some protection from the wind. That big rock there is probably as good a place as any. This is why we have accelerants. This is when we use them. So I'm just going to get around the other side of it to make sure that we are, in fact, protected from the wind. This will do, I think. And let's get a fire started quick. Yep. Let's use our oil. Can we use? Done. Okay. Let's see if this helps. We'll go for... I'm going to keep one of those coffees just because they can be really, really useful. I'm going to drink the rose hip tea though. That'll give us a heat boost. Okay. So emergency averted. Oh fuck, it's the fucking bear. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I need some more heat. And then we need to run. I cannot believe it. Fuck, he's close. Ugh. This isn't good. Just gonna go for this last coffee. We need as much heat as we can get. This is gonna be horrible. Drink it quick. Get your torch out, light it. Okay, he's gonna be really fucking close now. Shit. Let's just, I don't think he's seen me yet. And he's changed direction, so I'm just gonna sit. We're so close. If I stand up, he's gonna spot me and charge. Are we gonna get lucky? Looks like we might be stopped to eat something. So we've used all the resources we can use to heat ourselves up. Energy's still okay. Heat is okay. I'll tell you what, I'm going to add some more. I'll add some more fuel in just a second to make sure we heat up quicker. And the coal should really help with that because it burns hot. So let's try that again. So that's added a ton of heat to the fire. Yeah, so we're heating up much quicker now. Oh, fuck it, what the hell, let's add more. This is why we save resources. Basically. So you can see down the bottom left now, 20 plus 43 degrees. That's what it feels like. Let's just eat while we're here. I know some of you don't agree with this, but this is just how I play the game. Take advantage of this downtime. Kinda tense. Okay, we're as warm as we can be. We have our torch. We're gonna have to break cover. Torch is out immediately. Let's get some space. No point carrying that torch anymore. Looks like I left it long enough. And the bear has gone. We're just gonna have to run for our lives. We've used our accelerant now. Yes, you can say it wasn't wise for me to head out in the middle of the night. It's minus 27 degrees. But on the other hand, if we'd have stayed in that building much longer, well, A, it would have been boring, B, we would have started to starve to death. Yes, you could say you starve to death far slower than you freeze to death. But hey, it's a beautiful night. It's not often we get to see the stars. And sometimes you just gotta mix up your gameplay a little bit to keep it interesting. Otherwise, it just gets boring. Now the other thing we could do, of course, is, depending on the wind, because we've got the cars coming up, we could start a fire inside the car and then get in the car and try and warm up that way. Downside of that strategy is that if a storm came, or if our fire ran out and we were stuck in the car, basically if the weather changed, we'd have a problem, we'd have a real problem. So I'm still thinking prep a cache as soon as we possibly can. It is dangerous. There is a wolf around there. Not quite sure what we can do about it though. Let's just check these as quick as we can. Getting in the cars, I don't think is going to help. It may be wise just to check these on the way out. Still minus 8 inside. Yeah, there's no point actually checking these now, it's too cold. We need to just survive. So we're going to take a risk. I don't like it, but the temperature's kind of forcing us to. If we do come across a wolf and he spots us, we're fucked. And there'll be nothing we can do about it, so I can see where we need to get to. It's directly ahead of us. Visibility at least is good. So I'm skirting left, sticking as close as I can to the rocks, just hoping that he's not over the crest of this hill here. I was going to say I can't really afford to check this hunting cabin, but fuck it, we're here. Leave those birches, we can get those on the way back, but we don't really need them anyway. Nothing, so harsh, so harsh. But there is actually a method in the madness too, because this is the safer approach to prepper cache. And I think we're okay. We should be okay. The chances of a wolf spotting us from this approach are absolutely minimal, so I think we're good. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. We're okay. Aye, aye, aye. Okay, sometimes you take risks and they work out. Hey, but I didn't like that much. I've got to tell you, it made me nervous. How's our fuel? Might want to break down just a few of these crates. It's always good to have backup reserves of fuel for exactly the reason that we just needed them for.
This'll come in handy.
Scrap metal. Really only good for repairing hacksaws now. So I'm going to leave that. Something I do need to remember to do, and I'll do this before I forget, is cure those guys. Every time we stop to sleep, we should cure those things. Okay. So let's just check everything. I'm just thinking about the episode. I guess I'll carry on. I'll go for maybe a half hour. Let's get up to the cabin, Timberwolf Mountain. And we'll take it from there. Oh fuck, do you know what I've done? Oh, that's so stupid. Oh, I'm such a retard. Oh, so dumb. I brought the stuff to make a bow, and I haven't brought anything to make a fucking arrow. Oh, duh. That's dumb. Okay. Well, I know we can harvest them at Timberwolf Mountain, so let's just do that. I'm saving those 5 cattails just as, you know, backup emergency, don't starve to death kind of food. Okay, so how are we doing? We're at the ravenous stage. I guess we take the condition hit. There'll be plenty of food around. Actually, we know there'll be plenty of food around the cabin at Timberwolf Mountain, so let's just exhaust it. I kind of play by not taking any condition hit if I can help it, and I know a lot of people don't play that way. And people recommend that you don't do that, especially on Interloper, but yeah, it's just become such a habit for me. I think that's just smarter gameplay, personally. Okay, so grab our shit, let's make like a tree, and leaf. Energy is good, weight is good, so we should have no trouble getting up here. It's going to be very cold, yep. Let's just check if there's wood. There is. I can't believe I forgot to bring a birch sapling. That's so dumb. So we're probably going to have to stop and make a fire to avoid hypothermia, but that's okay. Let's just see if there's anything on here worth grabbing that. Okay. And we're here. Timberwolf Mountain, here we come. On Interloper, no less. Is that the ultimate challenge? In the long dark? I suppose it is at the moment. Unless you create some sort of crazy rules for yourself. We can afford to burn energy, I think. Cold is the real enemy right now. I'm not picking up sticks just because I want to make sure our weight stays nice and low. Having said that though, we're going to have to stop and make a fire really soon. Maybe soon, like now. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. There's no wind, so that's good. I'm just, because it's so very cold, minus 22, I'm almost doubting whether we can generate enough heat from the fire to warm us up at all. I guess, we still have that coal? I suppose we do. Yeah, we've still got 2 coal. I don't know, I'm tempted to just go for it. I'm tempted to just take the condition hit and try and get to the cabin. I don't want to sit still when it's this cold outside. And the risk of hypothermia... Ooh, cabin fever risk 32%, that's interesting. Huh. Never had that before. Maybe it's much harder on Interloper. So, okay, that immediately makes me think that the mine is going to be our home. And that's cool. And then I start wondering, do we just go directly for the mine then? That means we can't stay in the cabin at all. But I guess my plan was only ever to dump the stuff for the bow and arrow. Okay, so we're going to head to the cabin. We're going to dump the stuff that needs to cure. We're going to warm up. I'm going to find a birch sapling. We're going to take that back to the cabin as well. Dump that also. 2 saplings actually. So we need to be able to make 6 arrows. How's our condition? 15% hypothermia. It's getting risky. That would be absolutely shit to get that now, but we're so close. If I can get there and make a fire without getting cabin fever, I think we are okay. But because of without getting the hypothermia, but because of the cabin fever, we can't sleep here. So, I mean, it's early in the day anyway. 11 hours of daylight left, so yeah. We're not going to stay here, we're just going to warm up, we're going to collect some food. And that's all going to be in the next episode, which is going to have to be next week, chaps. Because it's now Sunday evening. And it's time for... I don't need that. Sun kit, don't need that either. Food I'll take. Oh, tons of wood, thank you. Lord baby Jesus. Leave those. And leave those. Alright. I'm gonna stop the episode here. I'm gonna warm up. Let's just I think... Oh, fucking hell. Let's just get it started. I think that'll do. Thanks for joining me. We're pretty sure now that we are safe. I'm going to warm up. Maybe I'll bed down for 1 hour just to save the game. Yeah, that should do actually. And yeah. Thanks for watching as always. It's been a great little series so far. Interesting, very interesting. thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.